I can never catch a break with these events. I just wanted to build, man. Hello again, friends, and Dino Nuggets, and welcome back to my Terraria playthrough. Today's episode, we're going to do a little bit of cleaning up, a little bit of creating, and we are going to make ourselves, or at least clean up the world as much as we can, stop the corruption from taking over like our snow biome. We're also going to revamp a lot of the houses for a lot of these NPCs and just make sure that they're safe. Like, we want to remake our jungle. We want to clear this desert of all of this corruption. The shimmer, I think, is the shimmer, the forest, and the snow and the ocean are all good. But other than that, we want to kind of clean up a little bit. So that's what our main focus is today, which we're going to buy the clentaminator. Finally, it's been a long time coming. And then we're also going to buy, oh, I see an ice machine. I didn't know you could buy that from her. We're also going to buy a ton of green solution. And we might as well get a whole lot of it. We're going to need tons of it. But that's going to be our main focus for today. So there's going to be a lot of jumping around, lots of cuts. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. So while building our forest houses, I wanted to make sure that we had some houses that were somewhat forest-esque. I wanted to make sure that they fit the theme. So I kind of experimented with two different buildings. I got some inspiration from searching for Terraria forest houses on Google image search. And I came up with this one that I really liked. I made a bit of a mistake a few times, but I think I ended up making it look pretty cool. So I make a house for the golfer and the zoologist first, and then you'll see me make one for the merchant. This was incredibly took a lot longer than it needed to, because I did end up getting that blood moon from the beginning of the episode. Happened while I was landscaping for this part of the house. So yeah, I hope you guys like the build, and I can't wait for you guys to see it finished. All right, so the first little revamp that we did is our forest area. Nothing spectacular, But I do like the way these houses came out. They kind of fit the forest theme. We've got our merchant living up here because for some reason he didn't want to live down here. We've also got our golfer up top, and we've got our zoologist at the bottom. And so this is our first little revamped area. I really like the way it came out. The next course of action is almost, might be considered one of the tougher things that we have to do, and that's going to be cleaning up the jungle here. I don't know if you guys remember, but our jungle immediately got destroyed by corruption, as you guys can see here. I would really like to clean up this area and get rid of this corruption, because ideally we can keep this same little neighborhood. Oh, I got a Yellets already. Oh, that was a really good drop there. We do not want corruption in our jungle, and we're gonna have to clean this up quickly. Our best course of action here is going to be to dive down just here while these guys are coming full force at me. This is the hardest part about cleaning up the jungle, is that the jungle doesn't want to be cleaned up. It doesn't want to be touched by anything. So what we're going to want to do is kind of dig a big trench around the area that we want to clean. I'm going to start that right here, and we're going to go down. I cannot remember exactly how far the clentaminator reaches, but I believe that we should be okay with this length down, and then we're going to dig across. I might actually go a little bit further down just to avoid some of that corruption that might already be there. We're gonna go across now. Thankfully, our mining speed is increased, and in fact we can increase it even more if I went ahead and switched over to our new loadout of mining equipment. I won't do that yet, but I would like to section this pretty decently. So I do see some ebon stone, meaning that this part has been corrupted. Oh, maybe we'll come right up here. I actually see a natural crevice there, and maybe we'll just pop out here. And then the hope is that we'll be able to just kind of dig or shoot straight up and blast the surface with the clentaminator from here without having to initiate too much contact with these guys. So I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll be okay as long as we purify this up here as well. But we will want to cut this off in some capacity. I guess we could make sure it's not touching here. And this should be good enough. I don't think it's touching anywhere. It may be a little bit annoying having a bit of an opening here, but this should clean up our jungle enough to make it habitable again. I'm trying to see if it's reaching, but worst case scenario is we shoot up here, and then we come up here, and we shoot down up on top. And this should clean up whatever we missed from the bottom. You can see it kind of coloring the world a little bit. We're gonna do this. We're gonna clean this up a little bit, and then clean up this block of jungle. And this should now be livable yet again for our jungle NPCs that prefer to be in the jungle here. And so we're going to work on creating them some nice little houses here. I don't know what style I'm going to go for. Probably something kind of swampy. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and make a place for our NPCs to live. So for the jungle, I ended up going with a very simplistic approach, only because I kept getting attacked by monsters over and over, as you guys will see. So it's really difficult to build in the jungle. I'm hoping that maybe later on I can build more in the jungle, because once the NPCs move in and everything's all situated, enemy spawns drop pretty drastically. So I'm hoping to be able to add a little bit more flair in there in the future. All right, so this next part is going to be a little bit more hands-off. In this one, we're going to be placing some mushroom grass seeds, as you guys can see in the inventory. We need to create a surface mushroom biome, because we'd like the truffle to move in. And so we're going to do that over here. I've already sectioned off an area of our jungle that'll do that. You'll see that I've actually gotten rid of the corruption on this whole stretch. You guys can see down here on the map. Oh, I found a little bit of corruption still. Just gonna try to clean this up as we go along. So clean up that corruption. I've actually chopped out an area in which I would like to turn into a surface mushroom biome. Starting here, we're going to spread this out. Oh, this might all have to be normal mud, actually, which is a little bit more difficult for us, but that'll be okay. What we'll do is we will clean up this area. Spawning is absolutely insane, by the way, on the surface jungle. I'm sure underground is just as bad. We'll find out really soon. We're trying to do our best here. And so we've got to obviously clear up quite a bit of this mud so that we could drop some mushroom grass seeds. Go ahead and do that here. So we've almost got a whole group of them. Let's see if we can break this one. So we're gonna have to place mud all the way across and make sure that the jungle grass doesn't grow here. So that's gonna be quite the effort, honestly. We would like to catch the sluggy because it's not allowing me to place a mud block in this gap. Oh, turtle! He beelined it for me. I'm trying to passively collect some of these turtle shells as well, because that's gonna be the next set of armor that we make. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through and just get rid of all the grass blocks. That's all I can do. All the jungle grass blocks, I should say. That's about all I can do to try to speed up the process of the mushroom grass spreading. So we'll continue that. I'll do that off camera so you guys don't have to see it. But I'll do that and then we will move on. All right, so our next cleanup project is going to be the desert. I've already ran across the top with the clentaminator, but we're gonna have to clean up this area as best as we can so that we can keep our desert pylon going strong. I'm thinking, since we can get to the underground desert here, also I died, by the way, while I was trying to do that. If we can prevent sand falling, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to prevent or to avoid it. it looks like, at least looks like this part not going to cooperate with us. So what we'll do is we'll actually go a little lower. Maybe we can avoid it by using this tunnel as a point of falling. Also, these enemies in here are absolutely insane. They're kind of shooting like homing at us. Let's attempt to make our way through here. It's a really difficult cleanup situation here. I don't really know what we're supposed to do. We're definitely dying. We can probably call back some of these guys. We're gonna do the dye trader. We're gonna do the party girl. No, the stylist, sorry. The stylist. And then we're gonna also give them, let's give them Snuggle the clumsy slime. So as soon as they arrive again, we'll be able to quickly, wow. I just got 2 fast clocks at the exact same time. That's some double burger luck right there. Wow. Okay, so I've got to patch up some of these holes, unfortunately. I've also got to figure out how far along we want our desert. I guess we just go to the edge of the desert. All of this is strictly for the teleporting, so I see a tunnel there that we're probably going to be able to dig to. And here's the nasty ebon sand. This corruption, that was very, very dumb of me. I didn't realize, it didn't click in my head that that was all sand. Is there any hardened sand here? It took this far down to get to some hardened sand. That's actually pretty insane. We're definitely gonna drop down this with the clentaminator right now to try to avoid some of these tough spawns. Well, you didn't avoid that guy, that's for sure. He just showed up out of nowhere. So they kind of follow you, is what it seems like. Let's get him before he becomes an issue. We're going to end up needing to patch a lot of these holes. So let's see. So see what we have here. As you can see, the contamination really spread in some random spots here. I don't really know what caused this contamination to happen. And we're probably gonna have a very similar outcome to the last time I was down here, which was one huge death. Probably going to experience that again. Yes, we are, but that's all right. So I spent the time up a little bit by sleeping so that our NPCs moved over to the places we wanted them to be. And it looks as though they moved and we are able to make our way here. So that's good. The problem is, it seems like we are very, very close to the underground desert. Doesn't seem like they're very high up. This means that we're probably gonna have some bad guys spawning pretty close to us on the surface, which is definitely not ideal. And so we're gonna have to figure that out. Because of this situation, I may actually put off revamping the desert. We only need a house for 2 people and a pet, so that's at least nice. But it does appear that this is going to be a little bit tougher than I expected. And so because of that, desert is going to be saved for another time. And with that, I think that's all we're going to do in terms of revamping today, just because we now have all our pylons back up and working, which was really our main focus. So now what the plan is we're actually going to dive into the underground jungle and try to find some chlorophyte. We should be able to mine it now, and we need a good amount of it in order to get our next set of armor, which is the turtle armor. And then also we want to upgrade our Excalibur. We want to get better weapons and get ready to take on Plantera. So that's going to be the next little bit of action here. I'm actually going to split these videos up. This is something new. I'm going to split this video, so it's going to kind of be new episode, I guess, but I'm going to do it right after I'm done with this. And that's why I'm telling you guys what I'm doing, I guess, in the next episode. And so anyway, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode where we go to the underground jungle and find as much chlorophyte as we can. Thank you guys for watching, and remember to always be on your Bulbasaur's best.